Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
It's me.
Hey, it's you.
How you doing?
Wow, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I've had a tough couple of days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It happens sometimes, and the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike, so I can't expect it to be
That's
dry and
true.
sunny all the time. So
That's true.
I just been getting railed on by different people the past couple of days.
That ain't right. I won't do
I know you won't,
it.
but
Let it.
this too shall pass.
Yep, probably so.
Probably sooner than later. So I'm
Well, that's
hopeful
good.
for the future.
That is good.
How's your weather in Georgia?
Hot and sunny. Saying it's gonna rain tomorrow night, but
We had rain here today. It was a little bit buggy, but now it's not too bad.
yeah.
My wife and I cooked hamburgers on the grill tonight for dinner. So,
I talked to my mother. She said it rained over there today. So usually
mm.
when it rains there, it's headed this way. So
Well,
we
I'm
expect
on the
rain
way.
tomorrow. Yep, just a couple hundred miles west of me. So
Uh, how's your brother doing?
he's doing good. He's doing good.
Still
He's
can't drive a truck though, huh?
he's not ever gonna drive a truck again. Uh, but he's got he's got other irons in the fire. So
Well, that's good.
he's doing good.
How about Barbie's dad? How's he doing?
About the same. Some days are good, some days are not.
How about the mother-in-law?
uh, which one? I got two. They're both about the same. They both have their good days and bad days and have their quirks.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're all right. I think they're all right.
Oh, that's good. How about Emily? Is she still doing her taekwondo?
Yes, sir. Her and her mother are, as we speak, they're in the air flying to Korea.
Hmm. I hope they have a good time.
I'm sure they would. They're going to be over there for about a week, and I know they'll have a ball while
Mm-hmm.
they're there.
Eat a lot of kimchi, huh?
I don't know if they can go eat kimchi or not. I'm not sure if they like that or not. But
Well,
they
but
gonna have a lot of Korean food for sure.
you almost have to eat kimchi when you're over there. It's served with every meal, practically.
Yeah, yep, you're right.
Hard to avoid it. It's pretty much there on your plate every time you look at it. So
It's all right. I like it. It's
I liked it. I thought it
not
was
my
good.
favorite, but I like it.
Pretty spicy.
Yep, that it is. Yeah. They spent this past week in San Jose, California, at the ATU Nationals tournaments.
Competing?
Yeah, this was
Emily or both her and her mom?
just Emily. Her mom's not going to make compete in the tournaments. She's a qualified black belt, but she's more of just a manager.
Okay.
But Emily was there. That was a level that she's a higher level than she's ever competed in before. She didn't come away with any medals this time, but she did do extremely well. So we're proud of her.
Well, that's good.
Like I said, it was an entirely new level of competition that she hadn't experienced in the past.
Probably most of the girls her age were a lot older. Or the girls in that level were a lot older.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they were the ones she came up against were taller. I'll get the right word here in a minute. They were taller than she was, and that makes a little bit of difference because they get more points for getting headshots, and it's hard to get up there and get a headshot when they're that much taller.
Mm-hmm.
So but she did real good. I think she qualified. You know, I don't know exactly. I want to say 8 or so out of 80
Wow.
in her classification. So she did real well.
Yeah.
Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
It's David Missy, Melbourne, Florida.
David in Melbourne, Florida. All right. Glad to hear you in here, David.
I'm glad to be here.
I trust you're doing well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing great. Fantastic.
Fantastic. All right. I was looking at your IBO profile earlier today, and I noticed the video you had put in there, and it looked good.
Yeah, I got it in there. Figured that out.
Getting better and better.
Yeah. And then I got on my Skyport back office and watched some more videos for the second time, and I figured out that my profile wasn't complete, so that the responder, if I had a contact list, wouldn't have worked. So
Oh.
the whole point of me saying that is sometimes it takes more than just one time of watching those videos. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times to pick it up.
You're absolutely right there. What part of your profile? Let's learn something. Maybe other people can learn too. What part of your profile was incomplete that was preventing that?
All of it except my email address. And I had to have my my mailing address was incomplete. My postal part of it, my postal code was
Oh
incomplete.
yeah, all that goes into the emails that it sends out. That
Yeah.
that meets certain regulations and stuff that they have to have that. Let's see who else joined us here. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi Mike, it's Marnie from Canada. How is everybody?
Well, we're doing good. Good evening, Marnie. I'm glad to hear you in here.
Thank you.
We missed you last week, but
Yeah, but I'm still having trouble with Skype. It took me about 5 tries to get in here.
hmm,
Every time I called the number, or dialed the number, or whatever you want to say, it would just disconnect me. So if I get disconnected or whatever, or come in a couple times, you'll know why.
okay, we'll know why. We'll understand. I don't understand why you're having those problems, but
I don't know, and I never had any problems with Skype till about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago.
Marnie, something I do is I take the number, the 605-475-4875,
Yeah?
and I save it to my contacts, and I put down Mike Lyles' call, and I save it, and that way, when I want to get it back up, and I make sure it works, and then when I want to get it back up, I just hit Mike Lyles' call, and it automatically dials it for me. I don't know if that would help you or not.
that's
Okay,
that's the way I do it as well. I don't
Okay,
put
I'm
my
a little confused. Do I go into Mike Lyle's, into your Skype, Mike, and dial that number? Is that what you're talking about
No,
there?
no. Save that number as a contact in your contact list.
what you want to do is you have the main Skype screen with that has your name on it, and if you look up top, you'll see a phone. Well, you click on the phone, and then just dial the number in 605-475-4875.
That's what I was doing.
Well, save it as a contact when it works.
Oh, so okay, once it works, where do I save it?
You just save it. You just it'll say save as contact. It's further down. It's there. And,
Oh, I just never seen it then. So what you're saying is when I hit the phone section and I dial the number and it works, and once everything is all done, there's a spot there where I just save it?
yeah, it'll say save to contacts.
Just like any other contact that you might be chatting with or something like that, and when you get ready to close, it'll ask you, do you want to save that person in your contact list, and you just say yes. And
Okay, I've never seen that because I always dial through this phone thing by Skype.
like I said, once you've got it one time and saved in your contact list, all you have to do is just double click the contact, and it'll go ahead and come up and dial.
Okay,
Connect you.
well, I'll see.
You'll still have to bring up the keypad and put in the the access code.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it will, when you double click the contact, it'll come up and dial for you. That's the way I do it, and that's the way David's talking about doing it. Dave.
Okay, so one more question. So when you were saying about the number and everything on the keypad or on the pad, pardon me. After that, there will be the spot where you save it, or on that.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. It says call phone,
Yeah.
and then it'll have like an American flag or a Canadian flag, and you can put the number in there. Just enter it in with your keypad, and then you'll see the green phone light up, and underneath that it says add as contact.
Oh, so okay, I see it. So when do I put that? Just as I punch in the number?
Right. Punch in the number,
Yeah.
and then it'll come up. It'll say add to contacts,
Gotcha.
and then it'll ask you what's the name of the contact, and you can put down Mike's call.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that works
I-
good for
I-
me.
I'm pretty sure I know what you mean because I dial it in all the time, just like
Right.
you said, and down below it says add to contacts.
Right. Well, you seem to have trouble with it all the time, and I'm just thinking
Yeah.
if you made it automatic, where it automatically dials the same number each time. Because I know with me, I fumble a lot, and I'll hit the wrong key or misdial the number or do something weird, and then Skype will act up on me, and I don't want that.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
You're
Let's
welcome.
see who else has come in and joined us. I heard the bell ring again. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello, Mike and everyone. It's
You're hearing
Don.
things.
Had a little trouble getting on tonight.
I know I heard the bell. So,
It's the mystery contact. Where'd everybody go?
well, if
Hello,
you
Doc.
wanna
Good evening.
you're welcome to the call tonight, and if you have anything you want to bring out, and say you're welcome just to jump in and join the conversation. Glad to have you.
Mike,
David,
John, can you hear me now?
Mitzi was just going over some things that with Stifort that he by going over some of the videos in Stifort back office, he some of the training videos, he realized that he had not completed his Stifort profile, and there are certain things that because of regulations and things like that, when the autoresponders send out your messages, they have to include your contact information. That's required by law. So, you know, they they need your contact information, so and they get that and pull that from your Skyfork profile. So you want to make sure you go into your profile and make sure your profile is completed. Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are, and where you calling from.
I'm back. I got dropped somehow.
We just dropped you right off. Someone else just joined us too. I heard the bell ring. Please tell us who you are and where you calling from.
No, it's just me, Mike. I got kicked out after talking to you, Dave.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Marty. Skype says you can't talk about me that way. You can't talk bad about me and expect to stay online. What's wrong with you people?
What a coincidence.
Okay, I'll take care of you both. I'll just kick you both out of here.
Yeah, it was almost
Yeah.
instantly. They booted me out because I said Dave, Mike, and I was
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear either one of that, so it.
Yeah, I said,
It
where
must
did
have dropped.
everybody go? And then I said, where did I go?
That was the question. Where did you go?
I went gone. Skype took offense to my comments and said, that's enough of you, mister. You're out of here. Don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out.
You get the just as a matter of information, you go to your Skyfork to your back office, and the left-hand menu up where it says account information, it says personal info. If you click on that, there's it brings up your profile information, which has, of course, your name and your email address, your phone number, your username. The password is hidden. But then in the second section, it brings up your name and your address and other valuable information there and stuff like that. Your like I said, when your autoresponder is sending out messages, it pulls all this information so it can put it down at the bottom of each message. And it pulls it from your profile here. So if your profile is not complete, you'll find that your autoresponder will not function. And that's what David was having a problem with. And the way he usually does, he played around with it till he figured out what was wrong. And primarily he found out what was wrong by going to some of the videos in the back, in the back office there, some of the training videos. Good evening, this is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are, where you calling from.
Hi, Mike. Hi, everybody. It's Sandy in North Carolina.
Well, good evening, Sandy. We're glad to hear you in here tonight.
Glad to be here.
We have a pair of Daves, and we have Marty in here with us tonight. So far.
Hi, y'all.
We got Don if he ain't got kicked out.
I haven't heard Don in here. Is Don in here?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was in here. Wake up, Don. Unmute you, Don.
I need you, Don.
He was there. I heard him.
Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you
Yeah,
now. There he is.
I just put a note on the Skype wall that I can hear you, but you couldn't hear me.
Okay, well, we can hear you now.
Okay. I had problems getting on too. I don't know. It might be my phone.
No, I think it's Dave.
Your phone don't like us sometimes, so it might have been.
Yeah, I discovered that problem with my profile, and the contact manager for the autoresponder won't work if my postal thing is missing, my postal code and all that stuff. So the way I found it was I got in there and I was watching videos again for the second or third time. So sometimes it takes more than once for it to click or sink in,
That's all right. On another note, and some of you already know about it, I know, but I was going to let you know that one of our team members, Michelle, her mother died this morning. died in her sleep peacefully, but, and from what I understand, it was unexpectedly, but, anyway, she's asked that, y'all remember her in your prayers, especially remember to ask God to give her the strength to get through this next few days and this time of sadness. But anyway, if y'all will do that, I'm sure she would appreciate it greatly. I don't know how old her mother was, but I figure she's not too much older than I was, and I am, so that was...
I'll bet you
I'll
she was
pray.
older than Michelle.
Well, that's not 100% necessarily a definite, because you are correct, but that's not a definite, because Michelle was adopted. So her and one of her brothers was adopted.
Oh.
So it could have been possible the other way around, but it's not. You are right there.
Well, I'll pray that God gives her grace through this time, because she's going to need it.
She is. She really is. Anyway, has anybody got anything extra they want to add tonight? Sandy, what we was talking about when we was talking about profile and stuff like that is David found that he was having trouble. His autoresponders weren't functioning. His Skyforp autoresponders, and the reason his Skyforp autoresponders weren't functioning is because he didn't have his profile complete in Skyforp. The autoresponder pulls your contact information and stuff that's required by law for, when you're using an autoresponder, you always have to have a message down at the bottom of your email that goes out that lists your contact, requirements and contact information. And that's where Skyforp autoresponders pull that information is out of your profile. So because his profile wasn't complete, his autoresponders weren't working, and in his studying and going over some of the videos a second and third time, he found the information and was able to go in and complete it, and hopefully now everything's going to work just fine. Just as a matter of information there. Does anybody else have anything you want to add tonight?
Yeah, I got something else.
Okay.
Is Sandy there?
I'm here.
Okay, I was talking to one of my computer friends today, and he said the only way that you can separate your Facebook pages is you cannot mention your name. That's the reason they link up together. He said if you're going to use a fan page / business page, you need to use the company's name. That's what he told me. So that's why we're having that trouble of the Facebook pages linking up together. When you try to use a business page and a fan page, if you use your name, which I have, and all three of them link up together, so that's the reason.
I guess there's no way to change that.
No, you have to start new pages. And he also said that you can't let it link up with your email. You can't use your email address in there. Well, what good is that to us if we can't use our email address?
Use a different one. For real, set up an extra Gmail address and use that for your business page, and that will solve that problem. Good evening. Who is joining us now? This is Mike in Georgia. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
It's only me again. Sorry, it keeps kicking me out.
That's okay. It keeps kicking you out. We'll keep welcoming you back every time it does.
Okay.
I discovered something else on Google Chrome this week.
Yes, sir. What's that?
Well, if you download Google Talk, the way I read it on the screen, I don't know, it takes me 2 or 3 times to get it right. That if you download Google Talk, when you got that bar across the top of the screen, if you take your cursor and put it in any text editor that you're using on Google Chrome, and click on that microphone and hit Shift Control period, and talk into your headset, it'll type for you.
Well, that's
That's new.
interesting.
Yeah, that's something that I discovered this week, and I'm still trying to figure it out. So maybe the next call I'll have it figured out.
Well, we look forward to your report on that. So that's interesting. I had Google Talk on here on mine at one time. I don't ever use it though, so.
That makes writing PRs a lot more
Yes, sir.
comfortable for me, because I can't type that well. I'm real slow. I'm a hunt pecker. You know,
Well.
I'm like a chicken on a keyboard. I just hunt and peck.
Hunting and pecking for it, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at that when I'm off the call and I got time to pull a David Mincy and go in and try to figure it out through making mistakes here.
Yeah, that's me.
That's one of the best ways to learn that I know of. Did I hear the bell ring again, or?
Yes, you did.
It's only me.
Okay, that's great.
Can I ask a question just in case it happens again?
Absolutely, that's what we're here
Okay. Is there anybody that knows, can you complain to Skype? Is there any way you can complain to Skype?
for. Well, let me give you some background information. Skype used to be owned by a, if I'm correct, Norwegian company, and they are not anymore. They are owned by Microsoft now, and getting anything from Microsoft is next to pulling teeth. But you probably could send a support ticket to Microsoft, and there may be through Skype. There may be a way to send a support ticket. There is a help button in Skype.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Now I was,
support.
okay. Now, because I've been on this Skype for quite a while and had no problems till about, I don't know, like I said, 4 or 5 months ago, I've been told not to go in and upgrade to the new Skype, because a lot of people have had problems with the new version of Skype, so I don't know which way to go.
Depends on what you're calling the new version of Skype. There are 2 Skype programs out there that are both Skype. They're both owned by Microsoft and everything. One of them is the regular desktop program that we've been using with XP and all the other Microsoft operating systems for years. It's and it's a good program. It's easy to work, easy to understand, and find things on for me. And then there is a Skype app, which is designed to work with the Windows. What is it? I know Windows 8, 8.1. I think Windows 7 also is designed to work with all of those. And it's as far as your regular use of it, I mean, as far as just talking to people and things like that, it works great. It's fine. Uh, but it does not have some of the other functions that the regular desktop program had, or at least I can't find them. It does. And
Oh,
so, it depends on which program you're running. But I think what you're talking about when you're talking about updating is you're updating from the desktop program to the application program. And I have
that's
both of them on
correct.
my machines because I run Windows 8.1 on my machines. I actually have both of those programs, and I personally prefer the desktop program because it's what I'm used to more than anything else. I'm an old dog, and it's kind of hard to teach me any new tricks. So the desktop program is easiest for me to use, so that's what I use. As far as using the app program, it you know it worked great. It worked great. It just to me it just didn't have all the functions and features that the desktop program had.
Okay, well, I've got the desktop one. Okay.
Well, if you got if it comes up and wants, they're not going to upgrade it. They're not going to upgrade the desktop. I can tell you that now because Microsoft is not going to upgrade anything that was designed to work with XP. They they have abandoned XP entirely. Uh, and all versions of XP have been abandoned. They don't support those versions anymore, and as a result, they also don't support programs that were designed to work with XP. Your desktop if you have Windows 8, 8.1, uh, you know, the desktop program will work just fine with those programs. I use them. That's what I'm using right now, in fact. But you know, I lost track of what I was saying. Sometimes I
Well,
do.
oh, that's okay because I do have desktop and I don't have Windows 8. So I prefer sticking with what I have. It's just that I just don't know what's going on and how to correct it.
I don't know how to correct it either, and I don't know that you're going to get support from Microsoft for the desktop version. I should hope they would, but I can't promise you they will. They do have a go to support link there under the help button.
Okay.
Go up to the top to the help, and it got to go to support where you should be able to click on it and see what it says. It does here.
Marnie,
Yeah.
what is your operating system?
I use Firefox most of the time.
No, I mean your system on your computer. Is it
Oh,
XP?
it's the XP one. Or what do you call it? It's not 8.
It's
No,
the
it's
XP.
8. No,
It, that's
it's
another
Windows
one of the
XP.
problems. That's
Pardon?
another one. That's another problem is XP is just not supported by Microsoft anymore. That doesn't mean the one you have is going to quit working. Uh, Over time, you're going to find that it won't do the things that you want it to do because the new software coming out won't work with it. Uh, I clicked on the help, and support, and unfortunately to me, it looks like what they want you to do is go download Windows 8 and download the application. But they have a lot. They do have some facts, FAQs, and stuff like that, and some how-to guides, stuff like that that might be of use to you. Might help if you read through those. You might find something.
Okay.
I,
See, I don't want to go through all this stuff right now because I'm scared it's going to kick me back off. So I'll try
Right,
it.
right. Well, that's
Yeah.
fine. When you can do that. They do have a support link there, but I click on it and it doesn't do anything. It don't take me anywhere except right where I was, which
Okay, 'cause all I did was just click on help. And I don't wanna go into any of these, just like I said, and it says
Right.
there is a go to support one, or ask the Skype community, or heartbeat call. Okay, so about the only thing is, go to support, I guess.
You know,
No, you said there wasn't much there, or learn.
there's
Okay.
really not. I was just there on the screen. Really, you know, it's got a bunch of stuff on that screen, but it's really not a lot of help. So,
Okay.
Whoopee! Woohoo! Woohoo!
hello?
Yeah, I'll tell you later, Mike. I can't. I'm not gonna mention it now.
Okay.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Now you should be. If it's what I'm thinking about, you should be happy.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a start, isn't it? Start an indication of bigger things to come.
Mike, there's one here that says, I'm just looking at the categories. It says, under the call section, it's called technical info. I wonder what that would be.
Under the call.
Yeah, it's, the very last one says call technical info.
I don't know. I don't see that.
Oh, okay, I do. Very last, when you go into call,
Yeah.
right at the very end, it says call technical info.
Mine says learn about call quality.
Oh. I don't have anyone there that says that. It says learn about call quality.
That was under the tab at the top that says call.
Correct.
Let's see.
That's about all I can see. Doesn't give you much. There's, if you go under tools, it says options.
Yeah, I see option there.
Okay. I'll see what I can come up with. Doesn't look like too promising, but we'll see.
I don't know. I'd have to dig into that section even deeper, but it does have one that says calls. Only allow people in my contact list to call me or allow. That's all it says.
You're talking about one that says under view call phone
No, it was under tools, I think.
tools. So okay, I have
And
Teams,
it's
language, Skype, Wi-Fi, and options.
Maybe I didn't. That ain't where I was. How did I get there?
Okay, there's one under.
It the options that it was tools and then options that I clicked on, and it had a tab over on the left that says calls, but and then
Like I
there's
said, I don't-
show advanced on there, but it don't. I don't see anything there that's gonna address your problem.
Alrighty, thank you.
Can I say something to Marnie?
Sure, that's what we're here for.
Marnie, I was using
Long as
Windows
it's nice.
Yeah, I was using Windows XP, and I've been to a lot of websites that told me that my browser was too old, so they kicked me right out of there. And what I did was I was watching QVC, and I got a computer through them. It's a Dell A8 Elite AMD processor, and the point is you can get a pretty good computer, a laptop through QVC, the newest version, And they got an easy pay program where you can pay $123 a month for 6 months with no interest, and you don't have to put it on a card. So you might want to think about getting you a better computer.
That sounds
That-
kind of expensive.
Sounds like a good idea, thank you, but I can't do that. And actually, this computer isn't that old, believe it or not. I think it's only about 2 years old, maybe 3.
I believe every word you said, because Microsoft just, it was almost like they were twisting everybody's arm and forcing everybody to abandon their Windows XP machines and go out and purchase new computers with Windows 8 on them. I didn't do that. I got my XP machine here. I downloaded software. I put the Windows 8.1 software on my XP machine. It works. Seems to work real just fine.
So you're saying you downloaded the 8 onto your
What?
computer?
I actually didn't download it. I actually went out and bought the software, the disk,
Oh, okay.
and I put it on my XP machine. Since my XP machine was running, just fine to start with, I didn't have a problem with it. Only thing is, I was nervous about the fact that there was not going to be any support for any of most of the software that was on it. So I went and purchased the Windows 8 software and installed it on there, which was not a real difficult thing to do, and updated it. By having Windows 8, I was able to update some of the other software and stuff like that. So it seems to be working just fine.
So what you're saying is you got both of them on the same computer?
No, actually, I abandoned XP and just running the Windows 8.1 on that computer.
Okay, but at one time you were doing both? Is that what you're saying, or no?
No,
Okay.
I abandoned the XP when I installed Windows 8.1.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or actually, it did it for me. It abandoned XP for me as I was installing it. So
I gotcha, I understand. Yep.
Oh,
but it took me a pretty good while to get to where I could accept 8.1 and get used to it and the way it worked. But now that I have learned it, I've actually got it set up so it still looks like my XP. I've run a desktop on it just like XP before. It's got the same tabs and all that good stuff. I'm real happy with what I've got now, but there was a while there when I wasn't happy with Windows 8 at all.
Well, I heard a lot of people didn't like Windows 8.
I think most people that didn't like Windows 8 had the same problem I had. It was a learning curve I had to go through. Once I have gotten through that learning curve and made friends with it, it seems to work just fine.
Okay.
No, I do have some old software that I used to use that I don't use that won't work on Windows 8, but it's nothing that I absolutely require anymore, and I'm able to work around it or come up with the software to work around it. So one of the things I did discover in the process was that I could get the Skype for Windows Desktop and install it on my
Are you
my
sleeping?
Windows 8 desktop. It works just fine, just like the old
Just
XP version. Everything.
having to listen to this whole call all over again because I forgot to push the record button to record the way I normally do.
what?
I forgot to push the record button, but I did have the audio part
I
recorded.
think
So
one
I
of your problems
I'm
is just
going
wants to hear
back
you
to
talking in there, because
having
whole
to
time we
replay
talking,
the
it didn't drop
audio
you out.
and record it with the background
Yeah,
on
but
it.
now that you've said that, Mike.
So I'm having to listen to the whole thing over again.
She
Wow.
has a
Okay.
perfect voice.
look what happened the other night, about a week ago when you called me and I wasn't even on the computer.
Yeah, well, that was, I guess that was Skype then.
Yeah.
It dialed me. It was ringing on my screen and everything, and I went to answer it and I clicked the wrong button. That was my mistake. I clicked the delete button or some button I clicked and cut you off, so I dialed you right back. And you told me that you weren't actually calling me, so I don't know. It just decided it was getting lonesome, I guess.
Well, that's what I mean. I wasn't even on the computer. And I told you the next day I had to put Skype back on the computer because it was off. It was completely off the computer, the whole system, the whole program.
That's strange. It is strange. Reverend Dave, I heard you in there. Do you have something you wanted to say or add to this?
I was just going to say I like the sound of Marnie's voice. She always has a pleasant voice. And Mike has that nice southern drawl, and I sound like a hick from up north.
That was a good one, Dave. Robert Dave. Well, thank you for the comment.
You're welcome. No offense, Don. You're not a hick from up north. North starts east of Ohio.
East of Ohio, huh?
Indiana is still non-Hickville, so you're okay there.
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to convince me.
Don's
Got a lot of hits
just crossed
here.
the water. Just crossed the water there from Marnie, so.
Don wrote an excellent PR many moons ago on just what a Hoosier was, and I appreciated that, and
I
it
remember
really
that.
educated me. And you might want to run that one again there, Don, because that was a classic.
Sure to do with antiques or something else.
I
No,
don't even remember, to tell you the truth.
it's been over a year. I asked him just what is a Hoosier, and everybody asked me what is a Buckeye, and I tell them a Buckeye is a hairless nut that has no value. So
I'll
you try
remember that.
you try to eat a Buckeye, you're gonna die. So it has no hair, and it's a Buckeye. So it's a nut.
Okay, Dave, get back to what you're saying. I do remember that because I think Mike told us to go and read it.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was
wasn't
good.
and wasn't it on the winning team? I think it was in the winning team or something too, or he put it.
Yeah, I was there. I remember reading it there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We might have to go into past archives to find out just what a Hoosier is again.
Yeah, because the Hoosier I'm thinking of is an antique, and I found out it was no such thing. But I remember it being in the winning team because Mike, you told us to go and read it before we went on the call.
If it was, it's probably something that Don did, and I just copied and pasted it in there. I actually don't remember it. I don't know if I could
Folks,
dig
I
back
have to cut the
that
cord for me. My son's getting tired and he wants to go to bed. So I will talk to you all Thursday.
Good
We're
night,
glad
Robert.
you've been here.
Good night, everybody,
Good
and
night,
God bless
Reverend
you.
Dave.
I pray for you all
Good
daily.
night. We appreciate that.
Well, anyway, to finish that conversation, Mike, yes, it was from Don, but you indicated to us to go and read it, and it was on in the winning team, and then we had a talk about it on the call.
Good.
Can't remember what it was, Don.
I don't either, but I vaguely remember the article he wrote, but I don't remember the content of it.
Okay.
I'm looking
probably
through 'em
go-
right now on my page. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, I was fixing to say you could probably go back to PRs and look through the list of them. It was a while back, that's for sure.
I can't remember when it was, so.
Sandy, are you still in there? Do you have anything you want to add to the group tonight?
Sorry, couldn't get it off mute.
That's all right. I just do that so you'll have to get off mute every now and then.
Yeah. No,
I
I got
just don't want
nothing.
you to be left out.
I have been totally, I spent the entire afternoon catching up on IBO. I haven't been on IBO.
You're snoring.
I haven't done anything in network marketing for about a week. I mean, it was
Well,
horrendous.
that tells me that the real estate market must have been real good this week.
Yeah, and the holiday. We had the holiday in there.
Well, that's true too.
So, you know, we have the company coming on Friday. So it's been busy, and
Is-
for real estate is starting to pick up really well, and it's very hard. I just said to Doug, I think it's easier to sell real estate than do network marketing. There's so many things you have to know, and all this stuff about computers, and Skype.
Well, I'm afraid I would feel the same about real estate. So there's so many things you'd have to know.
Oh my God.
That's why we have real estate brokers and agents and things like that. Spend their time learning all that information.
We do. But you just absolutely lost me with the Skype and the XP and the Windows 8. I'm gone. We have XP on one little machine, the netbook,
Yeah.
and everything else is Windows, but we don't have 8 yet. Melissa probably has it on her machine though. She's got a flossy, glossy new machine her mother gave her.
Well, if you've acquired a new machine anytime in the last year or
I was
so,
just copying you.
Windows 8 on it, because that's the only thing Microsoft puts on new machines nowadays. Well, 8 or 8.1, they do use, they are installing 8.1, I think, nowadays. So.
Which is the best then, or have you heard which
Well,
one people
8.1
prefer?
8.1 is just a upgrade from 8. There's not a whole lot of difference between the two of them that I can see. But, when I bought this laptop that I mainly use, it had Windows 8 on it, and then right shortly afterwards, Microsoft installed 8.1 on it just out of the kindness of their heart, because they decided that's what I really needed to have. They didn't even ask me if I wanted to do it. So, problem is, when they did, they wiped out a whole bunch of drivers I had, and I didn't have any audio or anything. I had to go back and reinstall the drivers. But it wasn't a real difficult problem to do. It wasn't a real difficult thing. So, once I did it, everything works fine. The new software that I put on this XP machine is now a 8.1 machine. Everything come in and work right off from, right from the start, so I didn't have any problem there. But my laptop, that's just one of those automatic updates that they did. They automatically updated it to 8.1, and about half the stuff didn't work. It does now. We're getting along with it now.
I do have something.
Go ahead.
I do have something to ask Don about TweetAdder. Don, do you do that?
Pardon?
do you do Tweet Adder?
Yes.
Tell me about that. Do you load that like once a week or once a day? What do you have to do to keep that like active?
Your tweets, if you're using automatic tweets, you just build a text file, and it can be any size. Mine has, the one I use currently has 100 and some tweets in it, and then I set it to automatically tweet about once an hour. So it'll last several days. But it all depends on how often you tweet and how big the file is. But the one I use will last me, I think around 3-4 days maybe.
Because I was using that free Buffer app, and it's fantastic, but it's, you can only do like 10 a day, and you got to load them every single day, and it's a pain in the neck. If you forget about it, you're out of business for that day. So.
Kind of defeats the purpose of it being an automatic program, huh?
Yeah. It would be nice if you could, and it's free. I mean, but I thought you had mentioned something about TweetAdder, Don. Oh, I may email you and ask you a little more about it, because I think that might be something. Under the circumstances, not being able to get on the computer and do all this stuff as frequently as we need to start automating a little bit.
Saves time.
Yeah.
What kind of tweets are you doing that, Don? You just
Mainly I just put out quotes, and then every so often I'll put maybe a Skyforp ad in, or my profile page, try to get someone to join me at IBO.
yeah.
And may put ads about a few other things that I'm involved with. But it's just my opinion that it's just like any other wall. You don't want to spam it with a lot of ads.
Yeah.
So I put a lot of quotes on there, and then every so often throw in an ad.
Put in a link there or something every now and then.
Yeah. But, it's a matter of opinion. A lot of people, that's all you see is ads. You never see anything but an ad. And I don't know if that works for them or not. It's just, I don't think it does, but I don't have any proof that it doesn't, because they're still doing it.
Well, it makes
And then
you wonder if they're still doing it,
And then you've
Yeah.
got you're adding the, like your PR shares into Twitter. So you're adding those every so often. And so there's all that. And if you're constantly pumping your business, it just looks like spam. Looks like spam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Don. I think you need to intersperse those with a little quote here and there, a picture maybe, something of value.
I have my Skyforp ads that I put on Twitter. I've got them coded, so I know the activity that I get from Twitter, and I've never even had a pre-enrollee from Twitter. I get a lot
Okay.
of hits, but I've never had a pre-enrollee, never, let alone a sign-up, I've had a lot of hits from them.
Oh,
That's something that I have noticed. Of course, our diva, she used to try to tell us what to do, and she used to try to tell us not to put our links out there, not to keep spamming the links out there, especially. But and that's something I've come to realize and learn is I generally try not to put links. That don't mean I don't. You know, the temptation is there and too great, but I generally try not to put a link. I usually try to get people interested in what I had to say, and then give them enough contact information that they can call me on the phone, or they can email me or Skype me or something like that, where I can then give them the information they want and then provide them with a link that way. That seems to work a whole lot better for me when I do it that way. Like I said, I'm not completely immune to putting links out there, though. I do from time to time, but I try to keep it to a minimum, because I have come to learn that I have far greater success when I talk to someone on the phone. And, as far as recruiting someone, I have far greater success talking to them on the phone than I do just throwing a bunch of links out there. Like I said, I'm not 100% immune. I still put some links out there because the temptation is there, but I try not to put as many of them out there as you see a lot of people out there. Just that's the only thing to do. I try to build relationships. This is a relationship business, and most of the relationships that I wind up building and sponsoring someone through building relationships is usually they stay around and they last for a while. Enough preaching. Y'all get me started, and I'll get carried away sometime. We're coming up close to an hour. Has anybody else got anything you want to add to the call tonight? I don't want to cut anybody off or stop anybody. If you got something to add, I'm willing to stay here as long as I have to. But
Really?
nobody else does have anything. Before Don's phone drops him off here, we'll say good night to everyone. I appreciate everyone being here tonight. Please do remember Michelle in your prayers. If anybody has anything else, I'll say good night. Look forward to hearing everybody again Thursday night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
God bless you.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.